Okay, so here we are. We are going to show you how do you figure out how to set the fees that you want to use when you're sending money through the blockchain, through Bitcoin. Instead of accepting the advanced send fee that a blockchain is giving you because they're underestimating the fee amount, we're going to use two different websites. The first website we're going to be using is this one here. It's called bitcoinfees.21.co. Um, and I put them in the chat. I'm not sure people can actually get them in the chat
No,
when we're doing a recording, but I
no.
certainly can open chat and I can show the links.
You can see them right there at the top.
Yeah, both. I can see both. So, all right, that's one. Now, this page here we're going to use is to set up the fee for transactions. Okay, and this is real-time data about what's actually going on the blockchain. We're going to come back to that in a minute. This website here, btcsatoshi.com, btcsatoshi.com, right there. That one is so that you can convert Satoshis to USD and USD to Satoshis. Okay? Now, this is how they're going to relate. We go back over here to this page, which is the Bitcoin fees for transactions, and you look at what's going on right now in the program. And at the bottom here, it gives you a little bit of a hint about how you do this. Now, see that green spot right there? That is the optimal. This is the Satoshis per byte being that where it's going through right now. And notice that there's actually 3 different levels or 4 different levels where it's all green, 5 different levels. And each one of these have a different fee schedule. It'd be 330 Satoshis, 360, 390, 420, and 421. Those are all going in for between 1 minute and 30 minutes, 1 and 25 minutes, and instantly and 25 minutes, instantly and 25 minutes, instantly and 25 minutes. So these are going to be the ones that are working on the amount of fee that's going through. This is what the miners are grabbing and putting in front of all the unpaids and lower feed pays. This up here shows you all of the stuff that's backed up where you don't know when it's going to go through. See that? It could be infinitely. It could go. This is the delay and this is the time. That's the difference. And it's delay in estimated blocks, the production of a block, because they have to produce a block in order to generate the confirmation. Okay, so without going into too much different, this is more explained in the video, but I'm just showing you how to shortcut the process. So we don't want to pay any attention to anything on here. The only thing we want to look at is the green numbers right here. All right, so what you do is you take the Satoshi per byte, the lowest one. In other words, if you want to pay the cheapest amount of the fee, you would go with this one here, right there. Well, that just changed. You'd use this one now. 330 Satoshis. And then what you do is the median size of a transaction is 226 bytes, 226 bytes. And this is a fee per byte. So what you do is you multiply those two together. So if you multiply 330 Satoshis times 226 bytes, and I'm just telling you where this comes from. This is just a known quantity. It's nowhere on the page anywhere. It doesn't explain what this number is. I had to figure it out for myself. But that's the number of Satoshis that you want to put in as a fee right there. Okay. Now, if you want to try for a little faster, that's if you want to pay the minimum, that will work. If you want to do a little better, you can use any one of these combinations. You can take 390 times the 226. You can take 421 Satoshis times 226. It's just up to you, whichever ones you want to work. Any one of these is going to work for our purposes for dealing with Gladio Coin. So once you have the Satoshi number, 74,580 Satoshis, you can come over here and you can look and see what that is. So I'll go back over here and I will copy that number. And then I will go to the Satoshi equivalency and I'll paste it in. And it'll tell me how much that is. So that's equal to USD in this transaction. Okay, so if I want to use these Satoshis, I can take $1.464 and just use that and put it in as my fee, but you paste it in as a Satoshi. This is what you actually paste in the blockchain account right here. See those numbers here? You just want to make sure it's the number of zeros and then the number here. Now, what if I want to enhance it a little bit more? All I have to do is
We lost your voice.
no, I'm being quiet. I haven't lost anything yet. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I just was being quiet because I was thinking about how to do this conversion. There's predefined values down here, but that's not necessary. What I want to do is I want to get to the actual Satoshi number I want to use. So if I put in $1.46, that gives me the Satoshi number, but see, this is less than this one here, see? Because it's carried out to many more places, but that would be the number you want to use. So if I want to get close to the $1.46, all I have to do is put in $1.47, and there's my Satoshi number right there. That's what you paste into the window on the blockchain. Now, I don't happen to have a blockchain account open, but it's on your send window, and you know what, you have your to address, right? And then you have your BTC, and then down at the bottom when you open advanced send, this is where that Satoshi number shows up as a fee. Now, if you want to get a little more aggressive, what if I made it $1.75? Didn't that go in? 75? Didn't. Get my pointer in there. Make it $1.75. There is another one right there. So at any point in time, you're going to be able to look at this chart and you see where the green numbers are, right? And you can barely see the lowest one right there. This is the one they're using. You see where all those that green stuff is right there? That green bar, you see that? I want to take it away. It's kind of, maybe if I blow it up a little bit, you can see it better. Let's do that. Let's pump this up. Okay. Now you can see it a little better. You see that little bitty green right there? That's the optimum right there. The lowest that's working is this one right here. And so that would be 330 times the 226. Now they go and explain why they use the median transaction size, because it's difficult to know the exact size of what's going through. But the most that are getting through with an optimum fee are right here, because 657, 160, 208, 199, right? Okay, so I would just opt for the one that I had already done over here, this one here. I would just grab that number right there and paste it in for the fee, for the advance fee, and send it. And in fact, that just changed again. Those numbers changed. This is all live, by the way. So it's still saying 330. Let's just refresh the page and make sure it's not going to change on me. Yeah. I'd use the let's use the 420 times the 226. So I'll take 420, do it manually. 420 times 226, and that comes out to be 94,920 Satoshis. So I come back over here and I can type in 94,920. Okay. So $1.86 would be optimal for me as far as what I'm considering. $1.86 would be fine. So all I got to do is come over here and punch in $1.86, 1.86, and there's my number for the Satoshi. So we're going to use that one for our process of sending right now.
Okay. How do you tell which graph you want to use on that other page? The green bar, the one with the green.
Which one?
Yeah, how do you tell? I mean,
you look at you can look at the thickness of the green part. See, there's a little bit of green in there. That's why I was trying to blow it up so you can see it really easy. Let's just bump it up here some more.
Well, I can see the green line.
Yeah, well.
But I don't know what they mean. Why would I choose one? Which one would I choose?
Well, you use the biggest green line because that's the most transactions that are going through at that rate. They're the ones that the miners are, they prioritize by fee. They prioritize by which fee is they're picking at the moment.
Thank you.
Okay, so you see that the majority of the fees that they're using to build their block is this one right here. This one's coming up close second. But all of these are going through, and in this time, even this one here is still getting through in 30 minutes. This is now 25 minutes.
Okay, that's what I didn't understand. Those are minutes over there because we can't really see the top of the chart.
Right, well, let's pull up here, right here. This side is the delay side, estimated time in blocks. This is the estimated time in minutes.
Gotcha.
Okay, so there's really no zero time here in building a block. They don't have any trouble putting a block together with this fee and this arrangement. Each one of these numbers would work. Because you're only going to take this one, this number over here, the 420. Anywhere between the 330 and the 421 you can use.
Okay, so you take the 420 and you paste it somewhere else?
You take the 420 and multiply it times the median byte size of 226.
Okay, where are you multiplying it?
Well, I use a calculator.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe they had something that figured it for you.
No, well, they did right here. They showed you. They took the lowest possible fee that still gave you the time limit. See that, the green?
Mm-hmm.
And they took 330 satoshis per byte. And they multiplied that times the median size of a transaction. So half the transactions going through are larger and half the transactions that are going through are smaller. So the way to optimize it is just make the assumption of 226. You pick right in the middle of that mess and you're going to be in there somewhere. So what happens is you just take the lowest fee times the median size of a byte. It's a fixed block, so the median is always going to be the same. So it's 226 bytes, and that comes up to be 74,580 satoshis. What I did was I decided that there were more transactions. There's a bigger green bar there, and I want this thing to go through quick. So I'm going to go with the 420 times the 226 because it looks to me like this one's being more successful. See this bigger bar here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then that comes out when I do with my calculator and I take 420 times 226 and that gives me 94,920 satoshis. That gives me this number right here, but it's 94,920. So then I come over here, because it doesn't mean anything to me, right? And I stick in the 94,920 satoshis and it tells me it's $1.86 plus a bunch of little big numbers here, you know? All right, so I'm going to round it. I might even go do it this way. I would say I want to be more than that number just by a touch. I'll put 187 in there. There's my number right there. So all I got to do is copy that number and take it over and replace the advanced send number that they have in there right now, and our transaction will fly through there. Because this is real time. This is what's going on right now.
And each one of those represents a block coming up.
Number of blocks gone through.
Right.
I can't tell you exactly what that means. I don't know the exact answers to that. I'm sure if I spent more time reading it and going into detail, all I wanted to know is how fast can I figure this out and get it moving. And that's what the process is. You don't have to worry about anything else on the chart. All you want to do is look for the green numbers. And this one obviously has more transactions going through than the others do. You could come up here and grab this other one. You could come up here and say, well, I don't care if it goes through in 40 minutes or 80 minutes. I mean, I can reduce the fee way down. But I don't think I'm paying too much to get it through quickly.
No, we're not, because we're going to get so much more back when Gladiator coins. So.
Yeah. So it doesn't make any sense not to just go ahead and use it and push it through. I mean, we could even stretch it, go up here, you know, 180 minutes. Right? 240 minutes. See, but it doesn't, it's just not that much difference in worth it. I don't think it's worth it.
Nope.
These up here are not moving at all. These guys that underpaid a fee or lower, they're just kind of stuck there. And in order to get that moving, you have to go over to via BTC, and there's a paid fee that you can do to have them put it into a block for you. It's around $18, $19 worth of Bitcoin, and then they'll get it through in about an hour or so. But I want the thing to go pop through right now. So
Can you show that page?
yeah, I can actually. Just bring up a new tab. And let's go over here and get the Bitcoin acceleration confirmations. BTC translation accelerator via BTC. Okay. You just click on this, get rid of it, don't need it. What I do is I go down here, scroll down to the page, it says, do you have a paid accelerator service? Click on that, and then this comes up. Via BTC's transaction accelerator is a free service. That's the page we looked at initially, but they only do so many per hour. You can't get in there. But if you want to do a manual acceleration for special cases and require a donation of 0.01 BTC for each transaction, please contact support at via BTC. Okay? And what they'll do is you pay them the 0.01, and then they will take your, they need the transaction hash code for the transaction that's locked up, and they will then go ahead and you pay them that $18 or $19, and they will put it in the next block that they mine. Takes them about an hour. There's another website, when you get into the videos and stuff, there's another website that shows you all who's doing what, the mining process, and they were putting in about every 10th block. So this is why you need to watch the video. There's a lot of information here. The guy does a great job of explaining all this stuff, and it's worth spending the time to do that. But basically, our programs have that we have to. What we have to do is we have to figure out how to send our transactions so they get confirmed and we're not delayed. That's all we're trying to do. Okay, so that should be the end of the video, and we'll post that.
Okay, thank you very much.
And we know the number now we're going to use is going to be, let me make sure I got the right copy. On the transaction we're going to do, come on back, here we go. We're going to do that number right there, which is $1.87. Okay, all done.
Do you want to post it in chat so I can pick it up and go make that transaction?
Yeah, let me stop the recording.